I cancelled every payment I was making for my family on a Tuesday night. My parents' bills, my brother's phone, my sister's rent, all of it gone, and honestly, I felt nothing, not guilt, not anger, just quiet. But to understand why I did that, you need to know what happened at Christmas dinner, because that night changed everything. My name's Claire. I'm 33. I work in corporate law. I own my apartment, and financially I'm doing a lot better than the rest of my family, which sounds like a good thing. It wasn't, because the more successful I became, the colder they got. My brother Ethan was the family favourite, funny, charming, carefree, the kind of guy who could lose his job, crash his car, forget to pay rent, and somehow still be called the sweet one. I was too intense, too focused, too independent, but even after years of that, I kept helping them. I paid my parents' utility bills every month, covered my sister Hannah's rent more than once, and Ethan. I honestly stopped counting how much money I gave him over the years. Every single time he had another temporary situation, part of me believed that if I kept helping long enough, they'd eventually treat me like I mattered. I was wrong. Christmas dinner, my parents' house, just immediate family. I showed up with expensive gifts I probably shouldn't have bought, and the second I walked in, something felt off. Nobody looked happy to see me. My mum barely made eye contact. Hannah was buried in her phone, and Ethan had this smirk on his face. Like he knew something I didn't, I ignored it. I always ignored things. Then during dinner, I said something casual. I'm really excited. For the lake house trip next weekend, the entire table went silent. Not normal silence. That specific kind of silence where everyone already knows something. And nobody wants to be the one to say it. Ethan looked down. Hannah hid behind her wine glass. I looked at my mum. What's going on? She blinked at me and said, "The trip already happened." I thought she was joking, until Ethan pulled out his phone and started showing me pictures, bonfires, matching pajamas, board games, family photos, everyone smiling, everyone laughing, my cousins, my parents, Hannah's boyfriend, every single person, except me. And here's what got me. Nobody looked sorry. My mum just shrugged and said, "We thought you were busy." Busy, right. So an entire family vacation happened. And nobody thought to even send one text. Then Ethan laughed and said, "To be fair, you probably would have worked the whole trip anyway." And that's when something shifted in me. Because this wasn't an accident. They chose not to invite me. Every single person at that table knew. And not one of them said anything. And suddenly all these moments started replaying in my head. The forgotten birthdays. The last-minute cancellations. The jokes about me being cold. The way they only called when they needed something. I had spent years financially supporting people who didn't even like me. Then my mother looked directly at me and said, "Don't make this dramatic." I stood up, grabbed my purse, walked toward the door. Ethan laughed again. "Oh my God, it's not even a big deal." I turned around. "Really?" He shrugged. "You always overreact." And right there I understood the real problem. They thought they could treat me however they wanted, because they assumed I would always keep paying. I left without another word. Before I even got home, my phone was already blowing up. Calls from my mum, texts from Hannah, voicemails from Ethan. I ignored all of it. Then the messages started coming. "And you embarrassed everyone. You're being selfish. You're making this uncomfortable." And then Ethan sent one final text. "By the way, Did you already send Dad's insurance payment? I actually laughed out loud. There it was. Not we're sorry, not we messed up, just the money. It was always about the money. That night I cancelled everything, my parents' bills, Ethan's phone plan, Hannah's transfers, all of it. Gone, and for the first time in years. I felt peaceful, but things got ugly fast. The next morning Ethan called. No hello, just Dad's insurance payment got declined. Silence. So, are you gonna resend it? Like it was still my job. Like nothing had happened. I said, you mean are you going to pay it? He laughed nervously. Okay, come on. Stop being petty. Petty, I said. You all secretly went on a family vacation without me. And he said, it wasn't even that serious. So I asked him one simple question. If it wasn't a big deal, why did nobody tell me? Silence. Long silence. And that silence told me more than anything he could have said. Finally he muttered, you make people uncomfortable sometimes. And there it was. The real reason. They didn't exclude me because I was busy. They excluded me because my success made them feel bad about themselves. Every time they looked at me, they saw everything they hadn't built, and instead of doing something about it, they punished me for it. If you've ever had family pull away the moment you started doing well, drop it in the comments. I want to know I'm not the only one. Over the next few weeks, the messages kept coming. My mom called me selfish. Hannah said I was abandoning the family. Ethan said I was destroying everything over one misunderstanding, and not one of them apologized. Not once. Then about 3 weeks later, someone knocked on my door, Ethan. He looked exhausted. Worn down. Turns out he'd maxed out multiple credit cards expecting me to bail him out again. He stood there and said, please, just this one time. One time. I looked at him and felt nothing, no guilt, no sympathy, nothing, because standing there looking at him, I finally saw it clearly. They didn't love me. They loved what I provided, my money, my stability, my reliability, but me, just me, no, and accepting that truth, hurt less than I expected. I looked him in the eyes and said, no, and closed the door. It's been almost a year now. I barely speak to any of them, and I've never felt more like myself. Because sometimes the loneliest feeling in the world isn't being alone. It's sitting at a table full of people who only love you when you're useful. If this hit close to home, subscribe. These stories are real, and you deserve to hear them.